Alright, since it's the first time me doing this by myself, let me know if you can hear me. I saw we had one watching. Yeah, guys, random morning live stream. Just literally got off of work. As you can probably tell by my eyes, I'm probably a little bit on the tired side, but it ain't time for me to go to bed yet. Just felt like going live for a little bit, shooting the shit with anybody who's up. So, yeah, here I am. Josh Rhodes, what's up, buddy? Oh, yeah, man. Uh, I got one more day of work. I just got off of work, Mike. I'm a night shift worker. I work graveyard shift. You still at work? Oh man. Yeah, just ripping on my Titan setup. Yeah, I take this to work with me. Mainly for the fact because I can work. We'll go 3 days without filling this thing up. Rocking a point .1 fuse Clapton, dualed up with the Velocity style inserts on the deck. It is 24 gauge N90 with I think 34 gauge Canthal. Came out to a point .1, but with the N90, I can run it at 112 watts and still get a pretty nice vape out of it. Oh damn, Mike, 12 hours. Whew, I'd have grabbed me a drink. Luckily, I got some right over here. Give me a second, guys. Whew. So yeah, you think of this as more of like a cave talk vlog deal. Also been kind of sick the last couple days. Um, Here in Missouri, we went from being, 40s and 50s straight up to 70s and 80s, and that drastic weather change apparently did not. My body did not like it. So yeah, I was sick, kind of sick for the last couple days. Francis, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Mike, and you wonder why I'm a fluffy fuck. Hey, man, I'm right there with you. 350 pounds at 6'5". But Francis, what's going on, bud? Oh yeah, man, it's going live. Couple things to talk about. Nothing, no drama, no nothing. Again, drama is the last thing I want on this channel, if ever. I do not want drama. More so, what I got coming up this weekend. Um, I got a few things to review. One thing I'm going to review that I'm actually looking forward to. Been out for a while, but I like it so much, and think it's a really good RDA. The Centurion version 2. Another thing I got coming up is the Zeus X. As far as mods, and a big shout out to Jared the Vaping Goat, the Vapresso Switcher, and the Sigeli Top 1. As I just hit my mic there, if that blew out your eardrums, I apologize. My mic's really like right here. Hey, another thing. Nope. No, Francis, that thing, I have not touched that thing since. I'm so, I'm actually amazed that I didn't get any hate for it. Um, I'm sorry. It's just to me, it's a good design. I even said it in the video. It's a really good design. I think it was just it it perform it. All right, when I talk about a vaping device and its performance, performance and flavor I separate. It performed well. I will say that it performed very very well. But the flavor, on the other hand, was not so good. Oh, I know, I know. Um, I don't like it. If people get it to work and they get good flavor out of it, hey, to more power to them. Vape it if you like it. Uh, for me, it was a no for me, and um, that's the whole thing about being a reviewer is giving your opinion, and everybody's opinion is different. Some may agree with you, some may not. Some might be on the fence about it. But the wicking is a bitch to get it right. Got some good flavor, but it's a cool vape though. I like the RDA better. Yeah, I like a hotter vape. I mean, the temperature of the vape did not bother me really. Any did not bother me. Um, I was getting a good throat hit. I gotta be honest. I was getting a pretty good. It was hitting well. It was wicking good. I got to actually wick properly, but for some reason I was not getting any flavor out of it. Um, exactly, Mike. Everything is subjective. Nothing is permitted. And by the way, I used to stream straight from Zoom into YouTube, but something happened and got I guess Zoom had a major update and it threw my stream key out of whack. So uh, I started streaming with the help of TCAT. I got to stream through from Zoom through Streamlabs and then into YouTube. I'm still learning that thing, so that's why you can probably see chat on screen because I literally before I hit the button to show the camera for the camera to show what it's seeing. I might be starting to talk out of my ass a little bit just because I worked an 11-hour shift in a factory, but um, still learning a little bit. It did it. It did it to Jared's too. That's what I was thinking. I was hearing a bunch of people saying that Zoom kind of, with the new update that they had here recently, it did throw a few things off. When I type in my end of the chat, it takes about 6 to 8 seconds before it appears on your chat end of the chat. My internet sucks. Actually, Francis, it's not because of your internet. Um, from what I was told from TCAT, there is a sometimes a 6 to 8 or maybe an 8 to 10 second delay. So what I'm saying at this very second, you'll probably hear it 10 seconds from now. There's a slight delay. So it's not your internet. It's just the way the streaming works. And as I'm looking at the camera right now, well, not looking at the camera, but at the uh, looking at the screen, I need to shave my haircut. I'll go to my barber Friday because I'm off Friday. So I got one more night of work to do. Then I'm off for 4 days for Easter. I get an extra day off. Um, but yeah, those are the reviews I got coming up. Also with the help of Jared. All right, I'm learning a lot from Jared, and it's just because I like the way he does his reviews. Now I'm not going. Excuse me again. Good God. Excuse me. I'm not trying to do my reviews like Jared, but what I am learning from him is how as far as what editing software he uses, and how the software works, that kind of stuff. Um, so with his help and sending me the link for the software, I downloaded it. Thankfully, I won't have to worry about running out of memory anytime soon because this new PC that I built, or no, not that I built, that the Salad built that I just paid for the parts. Um, he There's about 2.5 terabytes of memory split among three drives. Um, and I can actually put that thing more in, so I might put in more in the future. Joseph Garcia, good morning. Yeah, whatever you can do, Francis. But with this new software, I have kind of been tweaking around with it last weekend, figuring out how it works, how he cuts things out, um, how it cuts in, how to implement music, how to speed up certain, how to make a section, and how to speed up that section without affecting the rest of the video. So been playing with that. I got two cameras now. I got this one they're both Logitech C922X Pros. Yeah, hoity-toity, I know, but I got one. I got this one that I've had for a while now, and I got one down here that has. I'll just show you. So if you hear it, it's probably because it's on a box of stuff. So what I got here. So as you can see, another C922 Pro, and it's on little LED light, and it sits on a clamp right here, and it literally just clamps onto the end of my table. So when I go to the down low, I can literally have the light and the camera looking straight down through the hole, and I can do my down low. And also a cool thing that I think it's called VideoPad. Another cool thing that VideoPad can do is that I can still record while switching back and forth between cameras. So that's a pretty good feature. Yeah, Mike, he's definitely paying for it. I owe Jared a boatload. He says I don't owe him anything, but I'm not that kind of guy. I will pay him back in the near future. Actually, the next time me and him meet up, I am going to lend him, when I give him back the top one, the switcher, and even the Bonza, I am going to lend him the Colorado RDA. The big old 52 millimeter. Juan True Texan, how you doing? Good morning. Man, you got a few people in here, especially at 5:13 in the morning where I'm at. Yeah, I just want to come live a little bit, shoot the shit with you guys, since I don't really have a whole lot of time. Yeah, we do. I had one, but I kind of destroyed it. Not the way you think. I didn't beat it with a hammer or nothing. But I own the Mason Dump Tank 40, and then the Aromanizer Titan came out, and I'm sorry, but this thing, the Titan, I think is a lot better, just because both are easy to build, but where the Titan shines is actually there's two spots where the Titan shines over the dump tank, and I wanted to do a video, the Battle of the Mega Tanks, against the Titan and the Mason, but when I went to do that video, I noticed that the Mason was having some issues. It was not, it kept leaking for some reason, and I checked the wicking ports. Everything was fine. There was no gap. So I'm like, what could be going on? Until I noticed there was something hanging in the tank up near the top. The glass was destroyed. Apparently, somehow, I guess I subconsciously damaged the glass, and unfortunately, I didn't have any packaging or the spare glass, and yeah, it was pretty much trashed. So yeah, I wish I could have done that video. It would have been a fun video to do. Pairing the two biggest RTAs that have ever been on the market. It would have been really fun to do that, but unfortunately I cannot. However, though, I am going to be doing a video this weekend too, more of an educational one, not really a review, but a tutorial on explaining the differences between the four most common kinds of wire that there are on the market currently, which we all know is Kanthal, Nichrome 80, Nichrome 90, and stainless steel. And I got rules of both, of all four actually, and so this weekend I will be doing a video to show the difference. Jacksonville, Florida. You know, people always when me and my friends or me and my coworkers or me or somebody be talking about places we want to go for a vacation, and not like the one place you want to go. What are some of your what options would you want to give yourself if you wanted to go somewhere on vacation? And I said multiple things. I wanted to go to. I told him I like to go to Ireland, Scotland, North Carolina, California. Well, back to California because I'm originally from there. And they told me, "Hey, what's up, Shayna? You're still up? Jesus, I didn't think you were up." But good to see you, darling. But I didn't say Florida, and the guy looks at me and goes, "Why not Florida? There's nothing wrong with Florida. Ain't nothing wrong with Florida at all. But here's my problem with Florida. My one problem, it's the humidity. The humidity of Florida is ungodly. Like the joke that Jeff Dunham did one time. He goes, when he had Walter up, he goes, in Florida, you'll take a shower Monday. By Friday, you're still not dry. Don't come to Memphis, Tennessee, aka the Detroit of the South. Lake shithole. I don't have a problem with Tennessee either. I was in Tennessee several years ago. Well, not several, long, literally a decade ago. So what was going on? So passing through Tennessee, my father is a mechanic, a world-class level technician for General Motors. And I know people who know where I work and hear me saying that. Oh, is the household interesting? You work for Ford. Your dad works for GM. It's like, no, we just kind of like, well, here's what Ford's doing. Here's what Chevy's doing. You know. But the dealership that Dad worked at the time, he was the only one that was classified or certified enough to handle the higher performance, higher end vehicles, such as the Corvettes, the Camaros, some of the Cadillacs that had the big old V8 in them, you know, like the V series. So, and here's a funny thing: for all those who don't know, I'm a big NASCAR fan, and one of the more local drivers who's in the highest level of NASCAR currently is Clint Boyer, who was originally from Emporia, Kansas, which is about, I think, like 3 hours from me. And apparently at the time, the dealership that my dad worked for also had a partnership with Clint himself. There were times where Clint would come to the dealership, so I met Clint on several occasions. Even had lunch with the man. He's a really nice guy. I mean, I've only been from here to Nashville and Gatlinburg. There's a whole lot more to see. You know, this country is huge, so yeah. I've been to the Salt Flats. I think that's in Oklahoma, I believe. I've been to Salt Flats. I just can't exactly remember where I was at, mainly because we got there, I dune buggied a bunch, and we went straight home. But guess you survive if you come here to the Philippines at this time. It's hot as. Ooh, 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 ooh. But anyway, back to my story. So Clint actually bought a brand new 2009 ZR1 Corvette. Now, if anybody does not know, the ZR1 Corvette was the highest performing Corvette at the time. Big old V8, supercharged, 640 horsepower, top speed of 205, somewhere around those guidelines. Well, Dad was the only one, and the problem is that Clint was not comfortable with putting it on a normal hauler and having it delivered. So there was only one man that Vans had in mind to hand deliver the Corvette to Clint, my dad. So one day, this was '09, so I was 14, and so I was in what was it? I think it was eighth grade or yeah, like eighth grade or ninth grade, one of the two. And so one day after school, I came home, did my homework, and so when I got done, I just sat down and watched some TV for a little bit. And I happened to be catching up on the NASCAR race that they had the week prior. And Dad comes downstairs, doesn't even go all the way down. He goes down about half the flight, looks at me and goes, "Do you think you can get all of next week off?" And this was on a Tuesday. I said I could try. Why? And Dad goes, "Well, we got something. Vans has offered me a job, an opportunity to do something, a once in a lifetime thing, and I want to take you along with it." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" I'm like, "Tell me what I'm getting myself into before I do anything else." And my dad said, "We are delivering a Z01 Corvette to NASCAR driver Clint Bowyer. You met him a few weeks ago at Vans." Now, keep in mind, at 14 years old, I stood about 6 foot, 6'1", weighed about 290 to 300. So I was a pretty stocky boy. I was still an athlete at the time, so I did not have nearly as much excess weight as I do now. And when I first met Clint, he thought I was 18, 20 because I was the height of an adult. And when I told him my age, he kind of freaked out. He's like, "There ain't no way you're that young." As my dad sitting there with that look on his face, nodding his head like, "Yeah, he's that young." But basically on the drive there, it took us 2 days, 2 full days to get from Kansas City to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we passed through Tennessee. I think it was Knoxville we stopped at actually, and the one thing I loved about that part of the U.S. was the Smoky Mountains. That was a beautiful sight to see. Um, but yeah, I've technically been across the U.S. It just took me a while. I'm originally from. I was born in San Jose, California, and lived out there till about I was 10. So this was like '05. Started moving here to Kansas City, possibly around. I want to say it was around June of '05, and 3 day drive. Yeah, we drove. So from San Jose, California to Kansas City, Missouri is roughly about a little over 1,800 miles. And we drove all that. First night, we get all the way from San Jose to Salt Lake City, Utah. And we saw the Great Lake. That was a cool sight to see. There was a lot of desert. We passed through Nevada. We actually went by Las Vegas, and we saw the Strip from a distance, and I was like, "Man, does that city ever sleep?" I was a kid though, so I didn't really know anything about Las Vegas. Went from California, Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, I believe part of Colorado, like a corner of it, a corner of Nebraska, then into Kansas, and then straight into Missouri. And then from when me and my dad and my mom took the trip from Kansas City to Charlotte to RCR headquarters, went from Missouri, then to, I want to say Chicago or Illinois, one of the two. No, one of the two. Same fucking place. Again, folks, tired as fuck, but don't care. I'm going live for you. But I think it was Illinois, then Tennessee. I know we stopped in Knoxville, Tennessee the first night, but I think we just barely skimmed Illinois. Maybe we didn't. I can't remember. But I do know Tennessee was was the first stop, and then we went from Tennessee straight into North Carolina. The one thing I love about that part of the U.S. is the scenery. It seems like I call it the leg of the country because if you go from Montana, then I think it's Ohio or Iowa, one of the two. Um, then Missouri, then Arkansas, and then I think Louisiana. It looks like a leg. It really does. So I call it the leg of America. Anything east of that leg is forest, hills and forests, lush green, and then from anything west of that leg is mountains and deserts. I'm not a big fan of deserts, mainly because I hate the heat. As a matter of fact, I'm amazed I can survive the summertime in my workplace because it can get fucking hot in there. I think last year we got as high as like 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and it hot, hot. Dave B, what up, man? But hold on, folks. I got a message from somebody from everyone's from the salad. But yeah, I mean, I love to travel. That's why I drive me and Salad go up to Canada mainly so he can see T-Cat because they're dating. But also, I just actually love to travel. I say that, but I hate to fly. As we got the Salad now in the room. Salad, how you doing, buddy? Salad, are you there? I'll give him a moment. But I say I like to travel, but I don't like to fly. I guess it's because I have an arch enemy that we all know, and that is gravity. I mean, let's be honest. If hell, if just me tripping and falling, California gets another earthquake. Imagine if that plane were to fall out of the sky and I hit the ground. That means Japan is going to end up under the water. All right. So, and that reminds me of a funny story that happened. So, this was about 2011, 2012 ish, somewhere in there. And y'all remember when Japan had the earthquake, the tsunami, and the nuclear plant malfunction, all within a week. First they had the earthquake, then they had the tsunami, then the nuclear meltdown, and I am not kidding you. The day it happened, because I didn't see it on the news till the day after it happened, but the day it actually happened, um, I was helping my dad repaint part of the house, and I fell off the ladder. Fell only about 10 feet. And that's and that is when, are you having some technical difficulties there, Salad?
Yes. Be right back.
Roger. This may be a stupid question, Francis, but are you referencing the 2014 Godzilla movie? But yeah, and let's just say it took about 3 years for my dad to finally stop joking around about that. Um, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Mm.
I'll tell you one thing though, Francis. I am really looking forward to the new Godzilla movie coming out in May. or next month. King of Monsters.
Who the fuck are you talking to? Where and why? It's fucking 5:30 in the morning, and you don't want to ask what I'm drinking on.
We just got off of work about an hour and a half ago, so I can only imagine.
I've only been in my house for 20 minutes. A little bit too strong.
I'm excited for the new Godzilla movie. If King of Monsters is anything like the 2014 rendition, it's gonna be one badass movie. Especially in that King G for the win. Nah, oh wait a minute.
Deidre?
Say either he's talking about Godzilla or he's talking about King Ghidorah.
Deidre or Ghidorah?
Tomato, tomato.
No, they were different entities.
Dave B says no sound from you on YouTube. What the hell?
From me or Dum Dum? Dum 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 Dum.
The fact I've been live for about a half hour now or more. I'm assuming they can hear me.
Dum Dum give Dum Dum.
Ghidorah. So, enlighten me, Salad. What's the difference between Ghidra and Ghidorah?
If you bear with me one moment.
Okay, Shayna says she can hear you, but barely. Maybe your mic's just too far away from your mouth.
Let me see if I can swap mic. But you are saying Ghidorah, which is the three-headed.
The three-headed golden dragon.
Yes. Now let's go to Ghidra.
He's gonna swap out mics, Dave. Just give him a minute.
Different style.
Well, Ghidorah has went over some various image changes over the years. Since his arrival to the movies back in like 1965. He's been around for a while.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe Ghidorah or Ghidra is its the animated movie Godzilla, the newest ones, Godzilla Earth. Would Ghidra be that form of Ghidorah?
I think Ghidra would be considered an individual head, and Ghidorah is all encompassing.
We are like movie geeks in a way, folks.
She is geek in some things. I branch very far. Again, working on the microphone thing.
Also, this is coming from a guy who watches dinosaur documentaries quite often.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
You're a little bit louder there.
That's the spectacles, wallet, and watch.
There you go.
The fans, can you hear me better?
They are not my fans. They are my creatures.
That would make you Lilith, and that's just not right.
Who?
God.
Fran-
Hurts.
Francis, I changed my mind. Godzilla for the win. Because if Ghidorah masturbates, he'd be giving himself a blowjob. which is not, which is pretty accurate if you think about it.
He's got wings and 3 heads instead of arms and 1 head. He's either like sucking himself off or literally giving him a blowjob.
Dave B said he still can't hear you.
Fucking hell.
Zoom just does not like you.
Not right now, but I'm gonna fix Zoom's little red wagon because I very, very knowledgeable. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
So, in case anyone does not know, when I mentioned about my PC, Salad was the one that built it. And my contribution to him building it would be to play a certain game with him, Division 2.
Whether you're playing with me in the moment or you play it online and stream some of that shit, go for it. Playing the game. And I gotta fuck with the game. This is not McDonald's. I'm just saying.
Adjust his volume in Zoom.
Like right now, I've got all my settings on my end set to sensitive.
Maybe that'll work.
Did you do something?
I turned up the volume in OBS.
No, I can't say that. We're not playing that game in here. I'm going to just say hi. Greetings. Salutations.
It's not as bad as earlier when I went to put something down and my finger hit the screen deal on the mic. Yeah, it blew out poor Mike's eardrums.
And yes, I'm doing the fucking hair thing. Pisses me off.
I wish they made a live action movie reboot of Ultraman. That would be awesome.
CGI is getting to the point right now where it's not too far off, and thanks to the successes of anime live action, in reference to the Bleach, the Ghost in the Shell, Full Metal Alchemists, I'm looking at where they go further. Specifically the Bleach. There's a couple of small details that they omitted and they cut it off. Damn good timing, because I want more. I want to see more. And yes, I am that much of a nerd.
Yeah, I'm maybe 2 notches below you, dude. I will say though, when it comes to anime, my favorite anime movies are the Miyazaki ones, like Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, all those ones.
How dare you, Princess Mononoke?
I actually liked it.
You said Mononoke. How dare you?
Tomato, tomato. Who gives a fuck?
A lot of people, because that's grounds to be disowned. And yeah, I know I'm harsh on him, guys. Don't forgive me.
Okay, now Dave B says he can hear you.
Hi.
How funny would that be? He can hear you just fine, but everybody else's eardrums are going. "Ah!"
Pardon my French, but fuck everybody else.
You see now why people can't troll me because I'm friends with guys like him.
Oh no, no, no. I still troll him. Don't let him fool you. But asshole. Uh, my other half, T-Cat, found out how much of an asshole I can be due to the fact that I had a conversation, her, myself, and my brother, all about some random ass dirty stuff, and we just left her speechless. I'll let Monster Man weigh in on the fact that that's not an easy task to do.
No, it ain't. Damn, now they're saying your volume went back down again. What the fuck is going on here?
Did you bump something?
Just now? No.
I call bullshit.
What? That?
Okay, let's see. Audio settings. Toast. Ah, no, I see what's going on. Son of a bitch is auto adjusting on me.
Ah, that explains a lot.
So I'm gonna set it to approximately 75%.
All right, Dave B. Take care, man.
One,
Whew.
two, three, four.
I can't see how many people are actually watching. That's the one thing I wish YouTube would do about live chat, or when you pop out the chat into a separate windows, it still tells you who's watching.
So as it stands, I'm going to let it sit at that sensitivity level, and if you hear my dog in the background, I greatly apologize, but too fucking bad.
Dogs. Dogs will be dogs.
Man's best friend, and well, I love mine to death. Whole reason I'm living where I am now is because someone decided to say some things towards my dog that, if they were to have actually happened, I don't think I'd be free. I don't think I'd have my freedom.
All right, I count 5 things you never fuck with. 5 things of a man's you never fuck with: his family, his woman, if he has one, his truck or his vehicle, his job, or his dog. I was going to say hats, but not all men wear hats.
Only the gays wear hats. Nothing wrong with the gays, though. I love them. Some of them are best friends. Speaking of best friends, how are you, Bear?
Yeah, fuck off. Again, now you see why trolls don't get to me. Because they're nothing compared to this asshole.
I'm clean. I'm well maintained. Fuck it.
What?
Oh, I'm already playing the Division.
Let's see, who is still in here?
By the way, I won't see you at work until Wednesday, at the earliest.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got jury duty, don't you?
Tuesday, and I don't have to be in to work specifically tomorrow, but yeah, you be there.
What happened to Irene? Who the hell knows? She just kind of vanished off the face of the earth.
Did you say Irene or Eileen? Because
Irene.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Irene. Just so you can be thrown in the loop, Salad. Irene was I don't even call her a damn troll, but it was just somebody who was always in chats on like all the bigger reviewers. Um, Jay Hayes, I think Heavy once or twice, Fagan a few times. She'll go into their live when they do their live shows. She would always pop into the chats and like say the most rambunctious shit, but that's all, folks. The most rambunctious stuff, and but Irene did get me to the 200 mark, so she was my 200 subscriber, so I can't be too mad. I mean, no one may know who Irene is. It could be a she could be a real individual, or she could be somebody else portraying as somebody else and just to fuck with people. Facebook.
I should have probably ate in hindsight before drinking.
Always starting to feel it?
No, I'm just thinking ahead. It's okay. I'm just having fun today. Ooh, that's a big boy. I want to go play with him.
I never saw her in chat, but I did see when her question was answered at Mark's FAQ Monday. Here's the funny thing: Irene subscribed to me, but I've yet to see her in any of my chats, which is kind of weird. Which not all your subscribers are gonna watch all your content. Some watch you for your reviews, some watch you for your vlogs, some watch you just for your live shows. That's why you got someone like Jay Hayes who has 140 some thousand, but he only has on his reviews anywhere between 6 to maybe 8,000 because maybe only 6 to 8,000 of his subscribers want to watch his reviews while some people want to watch his live streams. But
you know what? You got me. Don't make me laugh.
But alright, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream here. I just want to pop on for a little bit and just kind of shoot the shit and see who was up. So thank you everybody who tuned in and participated in chat. Very much appreciated. So I hope you guys have a great Thursday. And as always, see you on the next one. Monster Man Vapes, signing off.